So how is recession going to impact your chances of getting admission in a good college, your chances of getting funding, and your chances actually of even getting the visa? In this video, I am going to be talking about what exactly is happening and how the whole admission process has suddenly become quite tough. But before I go forward, I really hope that you will subscribe to this channel. My name is Muhammad Abdullah, and I have been focusing on providing the information which can help you take decisions on higher education. I make it a point to regularly make videos on the admission process across various countries, on how you can actually choose the right college, how you can get both internship as well as job, and also on issues of visa. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do so. Let me assure you, knowing all these will help you take the right decision in the most important journey of your life. Don't forget, you are not going to a foreign country for education alone. You are going to settle. So you should also therefore get to know of the various PR rules which are there. And that is also an area that I make it a point to cover through this channel. Let's go back and have a look at the question in hand. What is going to happen as far as admissions in 2023 is concerned? For us to understand this, we need to go back and look at what happened in 2020, 21 and 22, because what is happening in 23 is a result of all these. Because of COVID, many students were not able to go for their higher education. So once COVID petered out, number of applicants increased phenomenally. So the fall of 22 resulted in too many applicants applying. Thus, quite a few students got rejects because competition was more. Also, one more mistake was done by quite a few colleges. Colleges did not anticipate the enthusiasm of the students to join. So they ended up giving more offers than they could accommodate. And the net impact was quite a few students who were given admit in fall 22 were then asked to defer it to spring 23. So the net impact of that is, even before the spring 23 application process commenced, quite a few seats were already full by all those who had an offer in fall 22 but were then asked to defer, which resulted in higher competition for spring 23 because the number of seats were limited. And then the second major incident happened: global recession. Now, what happens in global recession? What happens is what is happening. Companies have started firing people. And this is not an Indian phenomenon. This is a global phenomenon. Companies have frozen their intake. And quite a few companies which had given offer to the students, especially from the batch of 22, deferred their date of joining. The net impact of all these is these students started looking at other options, and the option that came their way was applying for higher education. Let's not forget, quite a few students with good profiles who were initially thinking of probably getting an experience and then doing their masters now realize the fact that they can't stay at home because delayed date of joining would result in a gap in their profile, a gap that will hurt them later. So they too rushed to apply in spring 23. So number of applicants in spring 23 skyrocketed. Let's not forget, most of the colleges which recruit for spring 23 do not recruit in the same numbers as they do for the fall, because fall intake is larger. And that too, the number of colleges which take spring intake is lesser. And net impact was phenomenal competition in spring 23, even more than fall of 22. So what is the impact of that? Impact number one is that quite a few colleges have closed their acceptance of application much earlier than they traditionally do. So you will go to the website, you will notice the fact that the last date of application is probably November end, but guess what? They have stopped accepting applications even before that. The second thing that happened is rejection rates skyrocketed because the applicants were more than the number of seats, which itself was lesser because of the deferment I told you earlier. Now, in the top of all this is one more problem, the visa problem. You look across the countries, the US, Canada, Australia, UK. Now, these embassies are still having a problem with the COVID manpower. They don't have so many manpower. So the backlogs are huge. So the net impact is number of visa slots available is also lesser. So students are genuinely struggling to book a slot. And even if they are successful in getting a slot, in the fall as well as the spring of 23, one more challenge is going to happen. With recession hitting these countries, they are going to be a little more careful about the visas that they are going to give. In effect, what you are going to face is a perfect storm. Number of applicants is huge. Rejection rate is high. Funding opportunities will dry up a little bit. And more importantly, visa slots availability as well as conversion is going to be a challenge. So what is that you need to do? I am going to be talking about two very important steps that I would strongly recommend you consider. First, try to apply for the fall of 23 early, because whatever seats are there left untaken, you probably can fight for them now. What is likely to happen in fall 23 is going to mirror what happened in spring 23. That is, colleges probably will stop accepting the applications much earlier than they traditionally do. The second thing that you need to do is keep a backup country. Now, in case it so happens that your visa gets rejected, or because the rejection rate of admission itself is higher, you don't get a college of your choice, then you will have options. If you can do these both, then there's a very good chance you are improving your chances of actually going forward for higher education in the fall of 23. Now, this is one part of it. What should students who have passed in 22, got themselves a job, but now the companies are not actually giving the date of joining, what should they do? Because the gap can be quite hurtful. This is something that I will make it a point to cover in my next video. This video, where the focus is on the challenges and the solution, your business is to see to it that you are not impacted by the COVID overflow and the recession. Your business is to play a bit safe. Do so. In case you have any questions on this, please go ahead and mention that under this video. I will take up these questions, and if such questions are questions which many have, I will make it a point to make additional videos so that you are well equipped with the right answers to take the right action. Go ahead, write your doubts, and let me assure you, on account of experience in having helped thousands of students go abroad to good colleges across the countries, we probably would be in a better position to guide you positively.